mama, don't you wanna go down to the river? Hey mama, don't you wanna go down to the coast? Hey mama, wanna take a trip down to the water? Hey sugar, these are things that I wanna do most. And we'll wash our sins away, then we'll fall back down again, and we'll sing a lovely song as we move along. Hey mama, don't you wanna go down to the river? Hey mama, don't you wanna go down to the coast? The coast, yeah! Hey mama, wanna take a trip down to the water? Water, yeah! Hey sugar, these are things that I wanna do most.
Alright guys, well I'm on the train from Ipswich to Stowmarket for the start of the Gipping Valley River Path. It's 17 miles. It's a view out the window, and yeah, next stop, so I'll see you there in a bit. Hello again guys. So yeah, I'm doing the Gipping Valley River Path today, and I'm outside Stowmarket train station. I've parked the car at Ipswich, got the train up here, and I'm doing the route from this way back to Ipswich. You can do it either way. I just think this will probably be better really to start from here. So yeah, it's a 17-mile walk, and I've got all the PDF document printouts and the relevant OS maps. Now I've just got to find the start of it. Okay, it didn't take me too long to find it. It's literally other side of the road from the train station, and there is the River Gipping. So that is going to be our friend that we're going to be following for probably the next day and a bit, for the next 17 miles. The River Gipping was originally a quiet Suffolk backwater with very little development or disturbance. In the 1790s, 3 years of work completed by 200 men made the river navigable and enabled barges to reach Stowmarket. In its heyday, up to 30 barges were using the Gipping to transport cargoes including coal, slate, timber, flour, explosives and chemicals. Stowmarket was last reached by barge in the early 1900s. Industry established itself in the Stowmarket area as a result of the river navigation. This had a considerable effect on the local area, including the River Gipping. Pollution became commonplace. In 1928, up to 20 tonnes of fish were killed by factory pollution from Stowmarket. Today, the presence of creatures such as the banded demoiselle, damselfly and the kingfisher and grey wagtail indicate lower levels of pollution and a healthier river. Stowmarket Maltings opened in 1793 and operated for over 150 years, finally closing down in the 1950s. In the 1838 drawing of Stowmarket Quay by Henry Davy, the Maltings can be seen surrounded by a busy picture of warehouses and riverside industry. At the height of the industrial activity in the 19th century, this was one of 4 maltings working in Stowmarket. It is now a listed building of historic and architectural interest that was converted to its present use in the 1970s. It became the first new pub to open in Stowmarket since the Railway Tavern opened between 1840 and 1860. The path starts at this point and then runs the full 17 miles from Stowmarket to Ipswich docks. It often follows the line of the old towpath, used when the river was navigable. The path provides a good day's walk, or shorter routes can be completed using the many points of access. An adequate half-day walk is the route from Stowmarket to Needham Lake, returning on the train or bus from Needham Market. The route of the path includes both quiet rural scenery and the busier industrial landscape of Stowmarket and Ipswich. It is a public footpath and is signposted at all major junctions. Okay, enough of me rambling on. Let's go for it. Let's get ready to ramble and let's get ready to walk. In 1793, 200 men built 15 locks along the River Gipping. These improvements allow barges to travel 17 miles to Ipswich, and industries in Stowmarket developed rapidly. The Gipping Valley River Path follows the route of the old towpath to Ipswich. The waterside area is still an important industrial location. The waymarks we're looking for depict a water wheel on its logo, so we'll keep an eye out for those. The Stowmarket gun cotton works was built on land owned mainly by the Prentice family. Population of Stowmarket 3,500. That was in 1863. Then in 1871, an explosion on the 11th of August 1871 demolished the works, killing 24 people and injuring 75. The disaster made the national press and was even reported as far away as America and Australia. The names of those who lost their lives are listed below. Got it run across the bottom there, all the way to the end of the board. 1873 to 1898, the works was rebuilt in 1873-74 and renamed the Stowmarket Gun Cotton Company. The Prentice family sold the factory in 1880 when a new company, the Explosives Company, took over. The factory was extended in 1885 and the name changed to the New Explosives Company Limited. More land was purchased in 1896 when building of a new cordite factory commenced, being completed in 1898. 1907. The works have been acquired by Nobel's Explosives Limited. The factory was put on war footing in 1914, employing women for the first time. After the war, the factory was turned over to the manufacture of industrial lacquer, etc., and the name changed to Nicole Industrial Collodions Limited. Alfred Noble, the company's famous founder, invented dynamite in 1867 and designed other revolutionary items such as the blasting cap and gelignite. Wow, that was invented here, guys. That's pretty cool, by this geezer with a cracking beard. 1926, the site was acquired by ICI in 1926. ICI was formed from the merger of four companies: Brunner Mond, Nobel Explosives and United Alkali Company, and British Dyestuffs Corporation. 1983. In 1992, ICI introduced the world's first commercialised refinish waterborne paint system. The product was developed by many of the team at Stowmarket and it gained the Queen's Award for Technological Achievement. This is the highest official UK award for British businesses. 1999 to present. In 1999, the site was acquired by PPG Industries, the world's largest coatings manufacturer, as part of a £425 million deal to buy the ICI refinish business. PPG Stowmarket is one of the largest PPG sites in the world, manufacturing refinish products for the car automotive industry. The site is home to one of only 3 global colour centres of excellence, delivering over 6,000 new colour formulations for the refinish market every year. The site continues to receive recognition from both PPG headquarters in North America and from the local community for our commitment to supporting and engaging with our neighbours. Today the site continues to be the largest employee in Stowmarket and is a key manufacturing and technical plant for the global PPG business. Stowmarket's population now 20,000. There you go. That's pretty good, they put that little timeline there. Anyways, carrying on. A working river, building and using the Gipping. The River Gipping runs from its source in the village of Mendlesham Green to the start of the River Orwell in Ipswich. There is evidence that the river has been used for navigation since the 13th century, but it is likely that only flat-bottom boats of very shallow draft were using the river until the Act of Parliament in 1790. The river was made navigable for larger craft for the moving of cargo between Stowmarket and Ipswich in September 1793. It helped transport agricultural produce from Stowmarket and the surrounding areas downstream and brought coal and other heavy goods back up again. The river had a total of 15 locks and was just under 17 miles, 27 kilometres long. Stow Upland Lock was completed in 1791 and was situated where you are now standing. As you can see, it's changed very little. Transportation using the river began to decline in the mid-1800s and by 1888 was extremely limited, with only an occasional barge delivering manure to Prentice's Manure Works. That's shit. And returning with gun cotton manufactured in the explosives works here in Stowmarket. Traffic further down the Gipping between Ipswich and Bramford continued with barges working for Fisson's and Packard's factories, though this also dwindled, as did the state of repairs to the river. Eventually the river was closed to navigation from 3rd of June 1922 and the waterway began to fall into disrepair. And that's just about restoring the Gipping down below. And that's a picture of the ruins of the gun cotton works at Stowmarket, Suffolk. So that's probably after the explosion, I think. August the 11th, 1871. A lot of history, guys, a lot of history. If you like your history and you like your rivers, you're in luck. It's literally like 10 metres away, the next bloody board. There are many types of bird, mammal and fish to be found along the river. Here are some examples. We've got herons, kingfishers, little egret, tree creepers. I've never heard of them. Goldfinch, pied wagtail, wren, spotted flycatcher, the common shrew, pipistrel, that's the bat, otter and a wood mouse. Fish, you've got common carp, perch, chub, roach, pike and eels. It's looking a little bit cloudy overhead, dark clouds. Apparently it shouldn't be rain, it's just meant to be cloudy today. Plants and trees along the River Gipping. We've got common knapweed, we've got wild garlic, white campion, meadow buttercup, primrose, oxeye daisy, hedge bedstraw, snowdrops, one of my favourites, bluebells, another favourite, wild carrot, wood anemone. You've got oak, alder, ash, willow, black poplar. Hopefully, Lisa Brown, I know you're a subscriber, thank you. Hopefully this is enough nature and wildlife for you. And insects along the River Gipping as well. We might find solitary bees, blue damselflies, bumblebees, the garden spider, banded demoiselle, ladybirds, green shield bugs, lacewings, broad-bodied chasers, sounds a bit dirty, daddy longlegs, stag beetle, the female, and the stag beetle, the male, of course. That's the difference. Then butterflies, you've got the comma, the red admiral, the gatekeeper, the orange tip, meadow brown, and the peacock. Now, I just feel a couple of spots of rain in the air. I've got a little bit of rain gear with me, but not a hell of a lot, not me full waterproofs, just because, well, weather forecast didn't say it was going to rain, but I packed some stuff just in case. Always have a plan B. So I've just seen this sign, River Path to Station Road, 1.5 miles. That's all I've covered. I thought I'd done further than that. Oh well. Right, we're just crossing over this access road here down to the factory, and then we'll be heading back along the river still. On the plus side though, it's only 2.5 miles to Needham Market, which is another train station along the route, and where, depending on how I feel, I might just get the train from there back to Ipswich, get my car and go home, and then do a second part of this sort of next weekend and not wild camp. So I'm in two minds at the moment. I'm going to see how I go. I mean, I've got a lot more hours left, you know, to cover more ground. Just got to see if hopefully I can, you know, find somewhere to camp. I've got my Rab Ridge Raider bivvy, so I don't need a lot of space, just throw it down somewhere, but where? So that is the big question. So yes, that's my next point of reference, Needham Market. When I get there, I might stop for 5 minutes, have a little rest, and then make a decision. I'll probably carry on, to be honest. So after walking a fair way, we've come out to Hawks Mill Bypass Weir. Lovely little scenery here of the river. And the rain, it sort of was spitting a little bit, but it was on and off, and but of course all the vegetation and sort of the grass and that's got wet, and as a result trousers got soaked at the bottom, but they're quick drying anyway, so it's not a problem. The sun's sort of trying to come out now, but yeah, it's basically been sort of that type of scenery all the way, of course. So I've just sort of haven't really filmed too much or said too much, just sort of show you the highlights. Anyways, carrying on. This is Hawks Mill Lock. Very nice indeed. Lovely sound of the water. There's the depth gauge, and then the river splits down that way and then down here as well. Alright, update on the walk. We're at Needham Market, and just the other side of the river here is Needham Lake, and yeah, haven't seen anyone up until this point along the walk. So, and yeah, there's a nice swan here, wildlife and nature again, production value. So yes, I've done, trying to work it out, I think I've only done about 4 or 5 miles of the walk so far. It feels like I've walked a lot further though, which is strange. Weather's still really nice. People behind me have got a few barbecues going in the park. They smell so nice. So this is Needham Lake at Needham Market. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day here, have an easy weekend, get the train back to Ipswich, drive home, and I'll continue with part 2 of the Gipping Valley River Path next weekend. So no wild camp this weekend, just taking it easy on the mileage as well. Apparently, Needham Lake was a sand and gravel quarry in the 1970s. Bones and tusks of Ice Age animals have been found here, and at nearby Alderson Lake. They reveal a picture of life in the Gipping Valley 40,000 years ago. So there would have been things like, yeah, like woolly mammoths, the woolly rhinoceros, wild horses, steppe bison, giant deer, reindeers, lion, hyena, collared lemming, snowy owl, silver birch, dwarf willow, meadow sweet and marsh marigold. And that would have been kind of like the landscape and the wildlife sort of yeah, during the Ice Age here at Needham Lake. It's pretty cool. And they've uncovered like, you know, fossils of bones, teeth and tusks, you know, of Ice Age animals, woolly mammoth, etc. Flint tools as well have been found in the valley, like flat-butted hand axes, which uses multi-purpose cutting tools. This one became, that one there in the picture came from gravels at Bramford Road, Ipswich. May date from that time. Heading back to Needham Market train station now, and I sort of carried this with me. I was going to have it on the wild camp, but I thought, crack it out now. It's a Copperberg, and it's an elderflower and lime flavoured cider. I've not seen this one before. I saw it the other day in the shop and thought, let's have some of that. So yeah, I'm going to crack this open, give it a try. So yeah, cheers guys. That's lovely, that is. A little bit different. So yeah, it's not too sickly, this one, but it's still a little bit sweet. Not too fizzy either. And yeah, elderflower and lime, it goes really well together. A lot of things go well with lime, I've found though. That's really decent, that. It's really refreshing. On a nice summer's day, that's pretty good. It's a Copperberg, elderflower and lime. 8 out of 10. I've just seen, could be a rat, or just a really large mouse. Look, centre of the screen. There he is. Oh, the ducks are moving in now. Whoa, look at that! Yes. How about that for a bit of wildlife and nature, eh, Lisa Brown? That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I don't know if... Oh, he's still there. I don't know if it's... There he goes, he's running in amongst the ducks. That's pretty cool. I'm walking through a public park. I've got a cider in one hand, a rucksack on my back, and I'm filming rats. There's nothing weird about that at all, is there? Bang in. Just walking through this cattle tunnel now, back to the train station at Needham Market, and yeah, there we go. Cattle tunnel, 1846 it was built, and now it's used as like a sort of a subway, if you will. Urban history. Alright, I'm outside Needham Market train station now, and that's the end of part 1 of the Gipping Valley River Path. So I'm going to leave it here today guys, have an easy weekend of walking, and yeah, I'm going to get on the train back to Ipswich, pick up my car, head home and grab myself some fish and chips en route. Bang in. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think, get in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, then please do. And yeah, thank you once again for all your support and for watching. So yeah, it's au revoir from me. See you later.